and you're done. Next up is attaching the two. So there are so many different ways to attach them. You can either use a needle and sew them together, or you could do single crochets all the way around and have a little border. But for the headband, I prefer to just like tuck them together, and I'll show you how. You only need your crochet needle because let's not add more into the equation here. You take two of the little granny squares, place them next to each other, and then use either color. Let's just use blue for this one. You go through the corners and make a little slip knot like this. Then all I do is just slip stitch these two together. Just one slip stitch after the other. Just make sure that you place both like pretty top parts on top of each other so that all the good parts are on the outside of your headband. Okay, at this point you have two options. Either you keep going with the granny squares or you just make a normal headband. Once you're at this point, I would make sure that it pretty much like reaches your ears if you want to wear your hair on top of it. You can either keep going with the little granny squares or you can just crochet like a normal headband for the rest of it. And so what I'm going to do is I'll take whatever color, let's do purple, and I'm going to do a double crochet stitch. So I'm just going to go into the top here, row of normal double crochets in here. This way it's also going to make it a little bit more elastic and stretchy, which I like for a headband, so it's not going to give you a headache or it's not going to fall off because it's too loose. So what I do now is I alternate, but I'm only going to go through the back loop of the stitch, which is going to make it just a little bit more elastic. And so you can see the two pieces here. I'm just going to go through the back part. And I'll show you how that looks. If you want to have a closer look at this, I have another tutorial where I crochet a headband, so you can just check out that one first. Okay, so now you can see what it looks like. This is the bottom part and it's a bit stretchy, and ideally you already have a headband that you can compare the size to. Now that we're done with it, we are just going to make sure that the ugly part is on the outside once again, slip stitch it up, and then we have our headband. The grand reveal.